So let's go check. I think the live is working. So hopefully this will work okay. So what I wanted to do is make a quick little live to show what it looks like to fly the F-15. You can see my plane there that I'm going to be ready for takeoff at Rene Mouawad. Basically what I did here is just to practice my identification skills. I've put a Canadian C-130 and a Russian Antonov transport plane. So those are pretty easy to get on radar, but I'll need to use the IFF to make sure that I don't engage the friendly, but that I engage the enemy. And if I do kill the enemy plane there, what's going to happen at that point is that there are going to be 3 more planes. Okay, here you can see them, but at the beginning they won't be in the simulation. They'll only appear after I destroy this one. And then it's going to be a nice practice for me to use the track while scan to be able to locate them and engage multiple targets. This one is a MiG-29 with radar guided missiles. This one is a Mirage F1 with just guns, and this one is a ground attack plane that's just doing mostly nothing, but flying a little bit lower, I think at 6,000–7,000 feet. I'll be doing my intercepts at about 17,000 feet. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully you'll get a good show and I won't look too stupid. It's my second or third attempt at this. It's the first time I do it like getting from the ground and taking off. The other times I did an air start, so I'm just trying it differently so that I can show a complete flight from takeoff to landing. So hopefully that'll be entertaining. Let me just check. Yeah, that seems to be working for the live. So let's go and do this. Okay, so I guess I've crashed the sim. That's no good. Okay. So save. I thought I had crashed it. Got worried for just a moment there. So I've got my little plane there. That looks like it's the Antonov that we see in the background. I will remove those labels. There we go. So we can see the threats: Antonov, MiG-29, Su-25, Mirage F1. So here I'm in the cockpit. First I'm gonna turn off the lights. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna go to the back seats. I just need to make sure that this is on semi-auto, that the RWR is on. And that's gonna be probably all we need to do in the back seat. And after we take off, we'll be using the radar here to spot our targets. We'll have this to check our different threats. It's the 2s, I believe that's what I have. I'll check anyway in flight. What I always like to do personally is remove the stick here and have my TSD in here that I reduce brightness on and increase contrast so we can see the color for those lines for navigation. So I'll get the parking brake off and start taxiing. Get on the runway. Maybe just before I take off, I'm going to show you in the outside view. You'll see that I have 4 AMRAAMs on the fuselage, and on my wings I have 1 AMRAAM and 2 sidewinders. Like 1 AMRAAM and 1 sidewinder each side, really. And so it's mostly going to be intercepting with AMRAAMs, but I do have sidewinders for short range. And I have the nice gun on the plane as well. So go and intercept. I wanted to adjust my fuel because if you look here, you'll see that I have a lot of fuel. I don't need that much fuel for this mission. Makes it very hard to brake when you land, and when you take off, you're a bit heavy. So doing that, getting the flaps up. There we go. Gears up. Go full burner. Turn around and go for a waypoint. Nice thing with the amount of power in that jet is that we're going to get there fast. Let's trim a little bit so that we don't start acting like a spaceship going straight up. I'm accelerating as I'm going up 15-20 degrees. It's kind of impressive. Trying to stay below Mach 1. I'm at 0.9, as you can see here, as I'm climbing. So we're passing Angel 16. We'll stabilize at Angel 17. There we go. Seems pretty good. We'll put ourselves back on our waypoint. And I guess it's going to be switching to the next one. There we go. Alright, so this is where the real fun starts. So to reduce my workload a little bit, I'll set the autopilot at this point. There we go. Autopilot, altitude hold. Going to keep it nice and stable while I look at what's on the radar. I'm going to set it as the sensor of interest. Where's my radar switch here? It's on standby. I'm going to put it on so that I can see what's in the sky. Okay, I think I might have already passed one of the targets here. Let's see if I use my IFF on this one here. Reduce my range. It still says as a square. So yeah, the friendly must have already passed by. I've got a lock on this one. He's at 10 miles. So make sure we're on AMRAAMs. Yes. You can see that we have A6V, so I think we're good to fire at this point. So missile away at 6 miles. Oh, I forgot to put master arm, very important. Missile away. It's a bit short, but that should work. Let's see how it goes. Good hit. Looks like he's going down. And yeah, that was the Antonov. I'm going to try to zoom, but yeah, you can see there are some chutes, and he's not going to be going anywhere. Slow down just a tad. You see more bandits ahead. So now the enemies are going to appear in front of me. Set my autopilot again, and what I'll do is I'll increase my range. Now we can see we have 3 targets there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of highlight an area where there's no one here. I'm going to hit the button that would normally lock, and then auto acquisition aft, I believe. If I hold it, it should or is it forward? Let's try this again. Oh no, I'm not in the right mode, that's why. Okay, let's try this. Okay, now I'm in track while scan. And so now it's going to populate. And again, I can use my IFF. And this will verify that they're all hostiles and that we have one here that's coming fairly close. So I'm going to select him first. And you'll see there's a little star on him. And since I'm on the auto mode, it selected the other two automatically. Since I know they're all hostiles, it works pretty well for me. But I could have gone with sort of setting them up one by one. Now if we look in the HUD, we can see there's a box there for my first sort of primary target. He's coming in within 20 miles. The F-15 can engage easily at that range, so since he's trying to acquire me, I'm going to fire my first missile at him. And because I know that the second target here is a Mirage F1, I'm going to get ready to shoot a missile at him too. He's at 27, but I'm going to try to maybe keep him busy. I'm going to put the primary target a little bit like on my right side. I'm going to fire at the Mirage. There we go. And then I'm going to reacquire the first one in case the missile missed. I want to see what goes on with this guy. So I'm coming back to him. My missile is still looking for the Mirage. I have an idea that there's an Su-25 somewhere. You can see that the MiG-29 in front is on fire. He's burning. So I'm going to turn left, head back towards my Mirage. See if we get him. He's at 13 miles now. He's maneuvering. He's trying to evade my missile. Since I have a lot of missiles, I'm at 10 miles. I'll have a high probability of kill at that distance. And I can already start selecting the other one, which is the Su-25. And he's at 25 miles. So I'll wait a little bit for him, but let's see what we can do with the Mirage. Okay, Mirage is destroyed. So let's move back to here, our Su-25. There it is, 19 miles. We'll wait a little bit. Gonna crank a little bit on him. Even though he's not much of a threat. Last time what I did is I switched to the Sidewinders and I caught him from behind, so let's see if I can do that again. So I'm going to bring him to the edge of my radar envelope here. You know where he is? There's that target here. And then I'm going to get behind him slowly as he's going to pass over here. I'm going to switch to Sidewinders. There we go. Technically I can shoot now. guess I lost my radar track there. It must have merged with me. So it's going to be a good opportunity to try my seem to have something there. There it is on radar. So let's catch up to him. Maybe he doesn't even know that we're tracking him. We're catching it pretty quick. Supersonic over the mountains. Let's fire a Fox 2. Boom. And he's going down. Boom. Alright, so it wasn't necessarily masterful on my part, but I guess we did what we needed to do. So what I'll do now is I'll go back to my nav mode. There we go, we don't need this anymore. Let's put my information here. The steer point was that one here, so I want to go to steer point 3. I'll enter 3. I'll put it there, and you can see that now that steer point is ahead of us. We're 40 miles from our final. And so we'll just fly straight all the way there. Reactivate the altitude hold. So this time I did pretty good because I still have 2 AMRAAMs and 1 Sidewinder. Last time I attempted it with an air start, which is a bit easier, I had to use all the missiles. So I guess I'm getting better at it. Or I'm being less wasteful with the missiles. On my first attempt, I think I must have fired 2 missiles at the lead, 2 missiles at the F1, and 2 missiles at the Su-25 when some of those shots were maybe a bit doubtful. But the important thing is to win, right? And if you're wondering, where did the friendly plane go? Well, the friendly plane I removed from the mission once I killed the enemy transport. And so it just disappears when the bogies appear. And so since I'm in single player, I can go fast over the boring parts here. Probably going to be more interested in watching me land and waiting for me to get to my nav points. One of the things here you can see in the nav page, I'm just going to make sure I'm on the HSI page, there we are. So here it's set on auto sequence, And so when it's on auto sequence, once I get to the waypoint, I can reduce the range here with these buttons. Once that thing goes like at 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, it's going to change automatically the waypoint. Otherwise, I have to go here where it says steer point 3. I would have to enter 4 and then press that button to change it manually. But since we're not in a heavy threat environment, what we'll do is we'll just head towards the waypoint, which is like right there on the ground. And you'll see when I fly over it, it's gonna give me a new waypoint here on the right side. So let's try that. Let's watch it. What it does, you can see the thing here is gonna move to the left, and bloop, it's created my new waypoint there. And in the menu information here, it says steer point 4. And so that's where we're going to land. So I'm gonna start reducing speed. So we're pretty close. Gonna get my boards out to slow down even more. There we go. Now we can get our gear down, flaps down, line up with the runway. It's a bit cowboy, gotta say. It's not my prettiest one. So you want to have like an angle of attack, what you see here, of about 20 to 22. So I was about there. I'm just going to give it enough power to get on the threshold here, the runway. 200 knots, I'm a bit fast. There we go, let's make it nice and smooth. And then apply some wheel brakes. Slightly pull on the stick to help with aerodynamic braking. And we should be able to brake before the end of the runway. In an F-16 or an F-18, I'd be taxiing out of here already, but as I said earlier, it's my fuel quantity. It hasn't really gone down much, despite some of my afterburner use, so I should have put almost 50% fuel just for an intercept mission like this, where I don't have any other objectives or long flights to do. So in any case, that's the Strike Eagle doing some air-to-air. I think I do have a taxiway here where I can get off the runway. Normally I would just go all the way to my parking, but since this was meant as just a demonstration, I could park it here. Show you what it looks like in the outside view. Apparently F-15 pilots get laughed at if they don't get the boards in like that and their flaps up. So the flaps I had brought back up, but not the boards. If you get on the taxiway with those out, apparently the ground crews laugh at you. Or so I've heard. In any case, I hope you enjoyed that little live demonstration of the air-to-air capabilities of this wonderful new model in DCS.